Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great Labor Day holiday. I'm going to record a set of videos, I think, called The Stupidest Things I've Heard Lately. And I'm going to compile maybe some of the most absurd or nonsensical things that I see on YouTube or on social media that people record themselves saying for public consumption. Now, I know that obviously I'm going to get comments that say many of the things, if not all of the things that I've said on social media could qualify for this type of video. So, with that, I don't agree, but it's all subjective. I know I'm going to get that, so I wanted to say that up front. Anyway, I'm going to start these with some honorable mentions, and then I'm going to have the winner of the day or the day's video. Haven't figured out how often I'll make these things yet, but I will have today's winner for you. So today I'm going to kick this off with somebody who considers herself a conservative commentator recently, Lily Gaddis. Now this clip is from June. It's old. In social media terms, she considers herself what you call a trad housewife. And she is a Republican who likes to talk about family values. So this clip is from a little video that you can find on YouTube that's called, wait for it, Hey Blacks. Anyway, here's what Lily thought that you should hear.
That's exactly what's happened to us. The people in America, we're all domesticated. We can't survive on our own. We're completely dependent on the government. Well, like even the quote off the grid ones, let's be real, we're all fucking dependent on the government. And the domestication has happened in like a lot of different ways. A, we can't survive. Like that's just the obvious. And B, we don't trust our instincts anymore. Like those animal instincts that God, created us and instilled within us to protect us. Those instincts have been so pushed to the back of our brain and so denied because, like, for example, say you're new to a city or whatever, and you're walking, it's nighttime or whatever, and you're a girl, and you see some thugs coming. Doesn't matter what color they are, but no, for the sake of argument, let's say they're black because they're black. Anyway, you see these black thugs coming down the street, and you have two choices. You either go ahead, keep walking, don't listen to that animal instinct because you don't want to be racist, you don't want to seem like a Karen, you don't want to seem weird because it's been beaten out of you, or you step into the corner store with the clerk and just hang out, go to the bathroom or something until the people pass, and then you go on. Most people would keep walking because it has been pounded out of our head to not notice patterns. It has been pounded out of our head to not be racist. And people would rather die than be considered racist. That is crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy to me that people would rather die. And not just that, they took it a step further. They would rather, and this applies to everything, like the drag queen story hour, these parents would rather have their kids be molested, rather expose their children to child predators, which I'm sorry, but most of these drag queen story hour people are predators. If you actually look it up, they are.
Yeah, that's a doozy, but that's not our winner. It's not our winner. Next, the clip from former President Trump at a campaign event in Michigan last week. It's being included because it's an example of the type of back-to-back lies this dude likes to string together. And if it weren't so destructive, it would be awe-inspiring. So anyway, here you go.
Kamala sponsored a bill to blow up the entire U.S. healthcare system and force every American into a socialist government-run program with rationing and deadly wait times. You go there and they say, that's good, we're going to be all set for you. Come back in 3 months. She endorsed a 70 to 80% tax rate increase. Look at this. She thinks the rate could be as much as 80%. She says, I'll think about that. Well, I won't think about it. Okay, I won't think about anywhere near it. In fact, we're going for a tax cut. We gave you the biggest tax cut in history, and that gave us tremendous numbers of jobs. And we actually took in more income the following year after the cut because our country was booming like it had never boomed before.
The only thing true in that video is that the Trump administration did lower income taxes. Unfortunately, for the people that were within the sound of his voice, there probably were very few, if any, multimillionaires or billionaires who were the people who actually received the benefits of that policy. So while they all cheered for it, I don't think any of them received the benefit. Anyway, here's more from the former president.
You take a look at bacon and some of these products, and some people don't eat bacon anymore. And we are going to get the energy prices down. When we get energy down, you know, this was caused by their horrible energy wind. They want wind all over the place. But when it doesn't blow, we have a little problem.
I have no comment. I think that speaks for itself. But here's another one. That's an honorable mention. This next one's an honorable mention. It's from your friend and mine, from the co-star of Clueless, one Stacey Dash.
To the girl who asked if we are crackheads, those of us who don't want to talk to anyone before we've had our coffee. No, definitely not a crackhead. 8 years clean on the 30th. I just don't want to kill anyone.
Now, I celebrate Stacey's sobriety. Truly, I do. I just have a suggestion for her, though, that if you're going to make a video about sobriety, that maybe you might want to dry your face off a bit and also have a haircut that looks a little less like Ernestine, the telephone operator. And I threw that reference in there for my old heads out there. Anyway,
Gracious good afternoon. This is Miss Tomlin of the telephone company. Do I have the party to whom I am speaking?
Our winner today is, surprise, surprise, again, former President Trump, who decided to talk about abortion last week in Michigan.
It's been months. She can't. I just did an interview backstage. She was a very terrible person, but she was okay, actually. NBC fake news. It was NBC fake news. She asked me about all sorts of things. She asked me about abortion, and I handled it very nicely because you know what? That's so overplayed. We have abortion. We have the whole thing brought back into the states where it belongs. That's where everybody wanted it for years and years and years. And they're voting on it. And I happen to believe in the exceptions Ronald Reagan did for life of the mother, rape, incest. The exceptions, probably 90% of the people do. But you know, I was just telling this reporter, the real problem and the real radicals on that issue are the Democrats, where you can have an abortion in the 9th month. And in 6 states, you're allowed to kill the baby after the baby is born. And you know, one of those states is Minnesota, where this tampon Tim comes from.
Now, there's more than surprise. There's more than one lie in that clip. Trump still true to form. However, to state that it is legal in any state of the union, let alone the great state of Minnesota, to execute a baby after birth is not only just a lie, it's a heinous lie. And the people of Minnesota should be pissed because he named them out first. And I don't know who the other 5 states he's talking about are, but I guess no doubt they're blue states in his mind. But anyway, it's a lie. And if you couldn't see that or understand that when he was saying that, not only are you a danger to yourself and to this country, but I have to question your intelligence. And because it's an idiotic statement. It's just idiotic. And, you know, that's why it's our winner today. And I'm going to end with a piece of advice. If former President Trump ever says anything about an incident or a law that supposedly got passed or some policy that you've never heard of, ever, except for coming out of his mouth, and you find objectionable, there's a 99.9% chance that he just made that shit up on the fly or even premeditatedly made it up. Either way, it's probably not true. And you need to immediately go to your phone instead of taking a film of him saying that and Google it, because I guarantee that 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, I'm not going to say 100 because nothing's 100%, it's not true. So, listen. If you haven't figured that out yet, do a little research. We're going to have a retest in November. Okay? So go do some studying. Maybe you can do better next time. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.